An unpleasant heaviness grows in your head, as if a vice were slowly tightening its grip on your mind. The choir master is kneeling, his burnt-out eyes peering into the void. He raises his head and you see a weary old man, weak and frightened. He whispers, "She's here. Adeline has returned. She's asking me for help, but you scare her. She's hiding from you. You will not harm her, will you?"
Curse you, you miscreant!
From every direction, every shadow comes playful, girlish laughter. At times it transforms into an old man's rueful weeping, at others into a deep growl of annoyance, the sound of cold, malicious words. The sounds form cold, malicious words. Sorrow will be eternal. Argenta's scornful laughter cuts through the sinister whisper. Sorrow? To perceive corruption is a triumph. For once you perceive it, you can eradicate it. Coward, blasphemous spawn. I hear your voice and I follow the trail. Mara's eye hisses, glancing at the shadows anxiously. I can almost feel the claws, she who thirsts, clamping around our souls. The sooner we leave this place, the better. Have your servants void this compartment once we're gone. Choir master? He says nothing, his otherworldly gaze is directed through you and past you. To a spot further inside the chapel, his lips silently whisper a name over and over. What are you, twisted creature? The mocking laughter of an old man turns into a moaning whisper. I am the victim's. I am the murdered innocent. I am his guilt. How do I find Adeline? Adeline? She's there in the shadows. A tortured sigh escapes his feeble body. Many shadows lie. The true ghosts are hiding among the false ones. But I hear Thaddeus' earnest prayer and an old Stravros's words of disappointment. He always doubted my talents as a mentor. I hear poor Antonius' scream, the scream he let out when he unwillingly gave up the last of his vitality. Annie's plea. I condemned her to an existence as a half-machine. I can even almost sense Savicia's touch. She tried to save me, but she fell instead. So many voices all condemning me for what I did. Find them. Separate the true voice from the false echoes. All right, I'll bring them into the light. The shadows croak hoarsely in the old man's voice. Why do you seek his redemption? He was always a terrible leader and a talentless mentor. He doomed everyone. The indignant tremble grows into a roar of righteous condemnation. He was arrogant, having no notion of his own wretchedness. He did not put his faith in the Emperor. Instead, he believed himself to be invincible. The voice grows weaker. It is now a young man, soft and full of anguish. And he paid for his mistakes with our lives. It was cruel and painful. The voice grows heavy with a metallic clang. We begged him to reconsider, but he took our minds away as punishment. The shadow's speech is now gentler and more feminine, but we're loyal to him regardless. We tried to save him even though he has not saved us. The voice becomes cold, resonating with sorrow from his words. He is guilty. Okay. Cool. And Mara's eyes got a bit of warp torment going on because she who thirsts is visiting him. Oh, good. Okay, so let's find the voices, quiet them down a bit, and get our astropathic choir back to fully functioning, because I feel like if it's not fully functioning, that's not a good thing. Okay,
I won't tolerate weakness.
I just kind of played around with this. I think I have to hit stuff in a very particular order, or else we get hit with, like, sludge of bad stuff. Sludge of bad stuff. It's like we get injured, is really what I'm trying to say. So I know that was first, and then this Thaddeus over here is next. Okay, but I know that one isn't right, so now I need to pick between this one maybe? I was just stacking too many injuries, so I wanted to start from scratch. Yeah, okay. I got that. Now, you... or you. I'm gonna go with this one. I don't know why, but I'm going. Yeah, I did it. Okay, good. And then this. I did it. Oh my gosh. Ha ha ha. Banish the ghost. How do I banish it? The ghost stares at Wise mournfully. The muffled sob coming from the apparition almost seems to take physical form as it drifts towards the choir master and envelops him. Wise blocks your path, extending his arms in a gesture that both calls for restraint and a plead for mercy. Do not harm her, please. The poor girl is frightened to death. Let me talk to her. I cannot fail her again. We'll go iconoclast here. It's not her. You cannot wallow in your own guilt forever. There are people out there and in here who depend on you, living people. Wise's expression is a mixture of pain, horror, and grief. He lowers his arms slowly. No, your ladyship. I know this is not Adeline, but an echo of the one who devoured her soul. I just wanted to see her again, hear her voice again for a brief moment. With jerky movements as though shaking off shackles of ice, he picks up his staff. Ghost of my failure, now is your time to vanish. Wise's breathing is labored. Thank you, your ladyship. The last burden was too heavy for me to bear. On the verge of fainting, he musters the last of his strength to sit down on the steps. Are you all right? After a long silence, he says in a hollow voice, in a bodily sense, yes, your ladyship. What was that? A reckoning, Lord Captain. A reckoning for my greater arrogance. Demons have been pursuing me for years, following my scent, sending me dire messages, hunting me. And now they have me. The entities that manifested here during the ritual were banished, but a lingering echo of their presence has latched onto the shadows. It has sprouted in the darkness and pounced upon my mind. Why were they pursuing you? I am guilty. I wronged them. I had been promised a great future at the Scholastica Psycana, where my talents were exceptional, but fate would not have it. Instead of serving on Holy Terra, I ended up here in the Expanse, where barely a gleam of Astronomicon reaches. My pride took a heavy blow. My spirit was not cowed. I set about to assemble a choir unlike any yet seen here. A mighty, resonant, astounding choir. Lady Theodora expended tremendous resources, bartering with captains and governors to procure astropaths of my choosing. I brought together talent and budding geniuses under my authority. They were to ensure I would make a triumphant comeback. And they could do that for me. That team of brilliant astropaths whose talent were honed to perfection. Adeline, Annis, and Tonus. Every one of them surpassed myself as I used to be. I saw that my time was coming, and I lied when I told you that it was Lady Theodora who had forced us to go through the ritual. The idea had been mine. When, in her paranoia, her ladyship set out to find spies aboard the ship, I made her an offer. A ritual that would give her names in exchange for my fledgling's freedom and my own. It was a good deal. She was willing to trade 7 astropaths for the names of traitors, and I doomed them all. My pride killed them. What went wrong? He chuckles bitterly. A scarlet stain blooms on his blindfold made of sacred manuscripts. Adeline was my ritual protector, only to become my greatest vulnerability. When the mad stream of other people's thoughts started to disorientate my astropaths, I became frightened for her. I hesitated. I wanted to spare her, and I lost control. The right thing to do would have been to sacrifice her, but I couldn't. I had always had a soft spot for her. Her genius had made her my favorite. What about the other voices? Were they your apprentices as well? Not all of them. Stavros was the oldest in the choir. He had been on the ship even longer than I, mighty wise man, if acrimonious. He envied me and criticized my ambition, but I was fond of him all the same. Thaddeus was the ship's confessor. Theodora had insisted on his presence. When it was over, he was the only other survivor, and he confronted me with angry accusations. I could not bear to listen to him, so I silenced him. I killed him. Savita was an ordinary servant. She fought the Immaterium's monsters until the warp began to prevail. She tried to save me, to lead me away, but I didn't listen. She stayed at my side until the last moment and died a terrible death, all because of my accursed pride. The rest were my voices. Antonius was the youngest. He had been in the choir for only a short while. When the situation turned dire, fear got the best of him, and I was infuriated by his weakness. I dominated Antonius's mind, impelled him to use up every spark of his life force for the ritual. Annis' doom came even earlier. She was the one person who told me, in front of the choir, that the ritual was madness. In my anger, I ordered her servitorized. Oh God. Wow. I believed I had to protect my authority. She died on the spot where you're standing now. I think she was still aware. More scarlet drops seeped through the choir master's red-stained blindfold. All my voices. I remember the name of each one whose life I cut short within these walls. If you got your freedom, why did you stay? At first, Lady Theodora wanted to have me executed for what had happened, but then she regained her composure and graciously agreed to honor our deal. But where was I to go? My dead were all here. That is for the best. I can no longer carry this burden alone. With Lady Theodora dead, the thought of my crime being forgotten, erased from history is unbearable. I want to be judged and condemned. Oh my god. This is... What a story. Hold on, I gotta sit with this. My brain is so computing, but oh my godding at the same time. What? So it was never Auntie's idea. This was literally all his. And then he had ordered the only person who dared to like talk back, ordered her to be turned into a servitor. Wow. Wow. Okay. So you've already condemned yourself to years of torment. I cannot give you a new punishment, only forgiveness, and you must forgive yourself. You have not allowed the warp to break you. I believe the Emperor's light is strong in your soul. Continue service. Your ambition was worth the risk. You were simply unlucky with your... No. You do not deserve absolution. Your service will continue. Oh, no. So, Iconoclast test is going to pick this. But I want you to know, Haughty Noble test, that could come in a future Let's Play because I can't leave this game alone, would do the you do not deserve absolution. 100%, without a shadow of a doubt. That would be like Haughty Noble test. Iconoclast test, this is her. The choir master raises his grief-stricken face. The droplets of blood trickling from under the bandage land on the deck with a ringing sound. Your words are medicine for my soul, your ladyship. After a moment's hesitation, the old man holds out his staff to you. Please take it. This mighty instrument is the last reminder of Adeline and the others, of my guilt. It was with this that I performed the last ritual. I have no right to carry it any longer and would like it to be yours. A reminder of the painful lesson my pride has taught me. Alright. So what happens now? That whole quest was... I didn't want to... Oh. I didn't want to go there, but I won't say no. Improved. Yes. And then next... wait. What is this one? Yeah, let's do that. No? Okay. Oh, wait. Oh. Next. Oh, yeah, complete. Okay. For some reason, I don't know why my brain broke there. But, so... Are we done with the DLC at this point? I don't think so. Because I heard a rumor about something. I not gonna lie. It's been a bit since I was able to record because I was doing some other stuff. And Owlcat had posted on social media a picture of my favorite guy in the DLC. And I clicked it. I should not have clicked it. And I think I saw a spoiler for what's to come in the story. So I know I'm not done. We'll see. We'll see if I read the like implied innuendo right. And if I did, honestly, I think me from a few years ago would have been very sad / upset. But me right now is just like, well fucking played. Like, this is peak. This is such good writing. So like, I'm so excited by this. Like, if this plot twist ends up being what I think it is, no matter how much I like this guy, like, I'm gonna flirt with him every single time. Don't you worry. Like, this will never, ever, 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 ever change my enjoyment of his character. But I am impressed if they had the, I mean, this is Owlcat, so they absolutely 100% did have the balls to do something like that. So I am just pleased as punch if that is actually what I think it is. And yeah, yep. But can we see, did we try to see how he's doing after everything? Have you recovered from Nemesite's attack? You came very close to death. He puts a hand on his chest, right where the gruesome wound used to be. The Churgeon spent hours fighting for my life, and I have to say they are earning their keep. They promised to leave a heroic-looking scar, although admittedly I much prefer calluses from an auto quill. Okay. Well, he'll live. I like it how I was, like, really ready to just get rid of him. Yeah. Okay, where are we going next? Are we doing something not DLC related? For once in, like, 10 hours? Maybe? Did we scan? I think we did scan everything. What is this? Oh. Dargonus needs us, right? All right, I don't know what plans I had, but let's go see our colonies. I know some people have been like, you're not paying attention to your colonies. I know, but honestly, I'm not a fan of the colony system. They don't, oh no, we were trying to head here, right? For some reason, they're not doing it for me kind of thing. So I'm cool with whatever happens. What? Permission to address you with a request. I mean, Ravor, you can request anything you want from me. Our head Churgeon is sabotaging the ship's operations. He's quarantined several Voidsman crew on account of a piddling sickness. Your Vox click, you hear a dry, nonchalant response. Greetings, your ladyship. My name is Latard Forrest. I am the Churgeon Majoress on this vessel. As your chief Medicae specialist, I assure you that the quarantine is warranted. This piddling sickness has claimed the lives of a number of meritorious officers in the past. This time, I intend to get the epidemic under control, study the disease thoroughly, and develop a proper cure. I hope you'll agree that a single period of downtime is a small price to pay for the number of lives that will be saved and the increase in crew's performance during other such outbreaks in the future, not to mention the fact that we won't have to waste stimulants due to afflicted using it as a crutch. How do you intend to study the disease? By gathering enough inflicted individuals together, letting the illness progress, comprehending its properties, and finally killing it. The disease goes through several stages. Okay. Defeating a disease is a noble goal, but I cannot approve of your methods. Find volunteers among the crew who will agree to being infected in exchange for compensation. I expect you to cure every one of them when you're done. Oh, girl! Yeah, do it. This may limit the potential of the study, but this approach is also acceptable. Okay. Captain, multiple critical systems are failing. The ship is falling apart. What? What is happening on my... I take 2 minutes to drink coffee and actually go do something that isn't DLC related and my ship falls apart. What is happening? I love it. No, this game is good. I'm literally waiting to see. Is this when the world falls apart? Is this when I get stabbed in the back? Is this where Marzai decides it's time to murder me? I missed that, man. Dear God, my ship. Turmoil reigns on the bridge with officers running about, frantically tapping the cogitator runes, operators issuing commands, into hissing voxcasters and enforcers brandishing and checking their weapons. Only that master helmsman looks curiously unperturbed. I mean, he's a veteran of all this. Hold on, I just realized. I was playing a different game. There we go. And my mouse profile was also, I had to make sure. Glad you made it here in one piece. The crew is running ship damage control procedures. Situation has been recorded in the ship's log as critical. Sarabak and I are are temporarily in charge of the bridge. I'm organizing technical staff. Honorable Vox and Infernus Masters have departed for the affected... Oh, God. Yes. I wish to know what disaster has befallen us. Your comm bead springs to life. Infernus Master speaking. Is this it? Is this it? Gosh darn it. This is it, isn't it? Somebody is laughing. Somebody has been laughing the whole time I've been crushing on this man. And you know what? I appreciate you, but just know, I'm still going for it. There have been several large explosions throughout the ship. Cascading blackout has knocked out lighting, transportation lines, air filtration, heat control access across the entire vessel. Multiple fires detected. All Infernus Guild forces have been deployed. We'll save the ship, no matter the cost. Right now, we're blind, unpowered, defenseless, a sinking spittoon drifting through the abyss. Oh, good. I was hoping you'd say that. Total volume of outages is nearly enough to turn us into adamantine casket. Crew suffered heavy casualties due to Okay, the number are getting worse by the minute. Accidental or sabotage? While we don't know this for certain, I'm convinced it must have been an attack from within. We are now more vulnerable than ever. Her voice is followed by a hiss from the Voxcaster. It might have been a chain reaction caused by an accidental failure. The ship is old. That sort of thing can happen, but I commend Sarbak's vigilance. It is appropriate at this hour. Where's my retinue? Victus, I've missed you! Breaks through the shower of static gushing from the Voxcaster. They were in their quarters or carrying out their duties when the incident occurred. Immediately after an emergency meeting, I'll summon those you request to the bridge as escorts. High factotum? At the time of the accident, Danrock was on the freight line inspecting warehouses. He's not been in contact since. We're assuming the worst. Plan of action. I already put together a priority order for repairs to the critical systems, but many bays have descended into bedlam and riots, making the work difficult. People are terrified and think that they're about to die. In addition, some decks have become inaccessible. Trapped crew members' time is running out. Sadly, the optimal survival strategy for the vessel does not include the survival of those poor sods. I do hope it's obvious to everyone that my oh god. Save the vessel. Enforcers must quell the riots, ensure the work is done, or rescue the crew members. I mean, if we don't save the vessel, like, there's no way to live, but at the same time, we're iconoclast, and typically Tess has been all about the people and saving people. So that's what we're gonna go with, I think. But logic, like, so this is the one thing I love about RPGs especially. There's the choice that you yourself would normally pick and find to be more appropriate, and then what your character would pick, or what your character has worked towards picking this whole time. So like, now me as Plex versus Tess is kind of like at war as far as that goes. And I love that. That means this is a really good RPG. So Tess, though, would go with the crew. A new burst of hisses emanates from the Voxcaster. Jocasta, we're running short on brave men. We'd be grateful if your people would lay down their weapons and come to assist the Infernus Guild. The sooner you come, the more lives we can save. Master at Arms glares furiously at the Voxcaster. The enforcers will do their duty. Aid will arrive. Sarbak's personal Vox bursts into life. Her face contorts with rage as she listens. There's been an incident on the flight deck. A mob of voidsmen and laborers, despicable cowards, are all trying to break through the shuttles. The enforcers are holding them back now, but the cordon is in danger of being overrun. Seal the bay doors and mine the shuttles. Let them know that I mean to leave them no choice but to carry out the duty in the Emperor's name. Tell them they have my permission. Gather them all in one compartment. Seal it. Vent it into the void. No, they really will let you vent them. Iconoclast, let them go. I will stay here with those who still believe in our success. Sarbak grits her teeth and hisses. Let them through. Remove the cordon. Provide enough oxygen, water, rations for 8 watches, and nothing else. Ravor shakes his head, gazing intently at the vid screen. The pressure's dropping. The bridge ventilation system is completely busted. Lord Captain, I humbly request that you move to the officer's deck, where the emergency headquarters are to be established. The bridge is no longer safe, so I must ask you to hurry while the tech priests are still supplying elevators with power. My assistant and I will stay here and report on system readings. We have an emergency supply of void suits, so we won't croak right away. Emperor willing. Holy shit, my ship. Uh-huh. Yes, this works for me. Holy shit, my ship. Like, where am I going now? What? Are we gonna lose my ship? No, I love my ship so much and it's all going kaboom. Oh no. What happens next? Cutscenes? Okay, this is incredibly cool. No! Tess, where are you going? Did somebody just try to kill my daughter? Holy sh... How did she make it? How? Okay. The elevator shaft has expelled you into the dim of the emergency lights. The smell of promethium and burnt flesh only adds to the nausea, confirming that you have suffered a concussion. Your elbow is twisted at an odd angle and your body is racked with pain, but there is this silver lining to all the agony. It means you're not dead yet. You know, that is true. Mars' eye looks as if there had been no crash at all. The Drakari's impossible agility clearly allowed him to avoid more than just injury. There does not even seem to be any dust in his armor. Death was tantalizingly close there. I wish your monkey technologies delivered such surprises more often. Reset the dislocated elbow. Tessera, allow me. Heinrich, quiet, bruised, and dirty himself, reaches out with a hand. A chill makes the pain subside, and you feel the bone pop back into place. All right, let's see. It's a miracle you survived. Guide rails lie in twisted piles over a crown of shattered plasteel. The elevator was equipped with a safety device meant to stop the cabin inside the shaft, but at least half of them have failed. Your fall was no accident. Smoke and darkness limit your vision, but judging by the stench of rust and unwashed bodies, you are somewhere in the lower decks. Or on the lower deck. Somewhere on the lower decks. You can hear the crackling of flames, groans, screams, and rumble of falling beams coming from the distance. The disaster has not spared this compartment. The comm bead emits only unintelligible hissing. Either it was damaged in the fall, or the communication lines in this compartment have failed. Okay. Apparently only I'm injured. Girl, are you gonna make it? She's moving so slow. Wait. Can I? Question.
Doubt is for the weak.
Don't we still have, like... Does this work? Bleeding burning toxin. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, use it on yourself.
I stand in recognition.
No. That did not. I thought it would for some reason. Didn't we get... Like, I thought we got, that I never used. Did we not? Skin patch. There it is. That sounds weird. Skin patch.
Back into the fray.
Yeah. Okay. Do you move faster now? Yeah. I just want her to move a little faster. Okay, good.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Good. I wonder... It's weird that we haven't found those anywhere else, right? Okay. And my quick save does work. Excellent. Death has whispered many names, yet when it got to ours, it simply stopped. Not here, not now, not today. To which I am eternally grateful. I mean, somebody tried to kill us. So, like, Death not winning in this one is preferred. I can't believe somebody tried to kill Tess again. The worker before you was the same man you saved from the Enforcer earlier. He's badly burnt, but his face is beaming. Blimey, if it isn't you, Lord Captain. I heard the other elevator fall, so I came to help in case anyone survived. And lo and behold, it's you, your ladyship. What is happening? It's a big ol' accident. Everything's on fire. The place is packed with corpses. Some burned alive, others choked on smoke. We'll save our home ship. Just you wait and see. I'm following orders to look for anyone badly wounded and provide them with first aid. He hands you a Medicaid. Take this, your ladyship. Health comes first. Thank you. This will come... shake his hand. I will not forget your help. He stares at you, and then at his hand, and then you again. His eyes fill with tears of joy. Emperor, keep you. That's the guy from, isn't that the guy we stopped the Enforcer from beating up?
A new challenge
See?
for me.
Being nice pays off. I don't want to hear nobody's ever complained about Tess being nice. But I don't want anybody to ever complain about Tessera von Valencia as being a nice person. Ever. Got us a Medicaid kit.